Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to explain why you should stop hustling and follow this whole hustle culture mentality because it's actually destroying your progress and work itself. And I'm going to give you alternative options and what to actually do to progress faster, outsmart and outwork your competition, and essentially become more efficient. By the way, if you're new to the game, my name is Miriam. I'm a peak performance specialist and I help entrepreneurs unlock superhuman levels of focus, efficiency, and performance so they can grow their businesses faster. If you don't know what's holding you back from growing your business and becoming the best version of yourself, then I open up a free spot for a consultation, which you can book down below, where I'll help you assess, give you an audit, and then give you actionable tips on how you can solve that situation quickly. So without further ado, let's just dive right into the video. Do you fall for the hustle culture mentality, working 12-hour days, sleeping 4 hours a night, and being in this full grind mode? Well, if that's you, then in this video, like I've said, I'm going to show you what you can do instead and why this is actually a very ineffective way to work and to grow your business as well. Right, the goal here is to give you different tools backed by science and research that actually will help you achieve whatever goal you set for yourself, become more efficient, productive, and focused. Because if you're an entrepreneur and you want to grow to multiple 6, 7, 8, even 9 figures, then this is exactly what's going to help you get there. So let's begin. First, let's look at what research has to say about working long hours and not really taking care of your health as a byproduct. So working more than 10 hours a day is associated with 60% jump in the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Working more than 40 hours a week associated with increased alcohol and tobacco consumption, as well as unhealthy weight gain in men and women, as well as depression. Many of the problems identified above tied to stress, which connects to hormonal balances. Specifically, stress raises cortisol, which can disrupt your sleep, appetite, blood pressure, immune system, memory, function, and cognition, as well as mood. So as you can see, working long hours, not sleeping well, not eating right can actually throw your whole body off, and that will trigger very bad habits, very self-destructive habits, which will stop your progress towards working and growing on your business. And most importantly, the biggest finding that researchers have found is that little productive work occurs after 50-hour work week. So if you do more than 50 hours of work in a week, it's actually very counterproductive. And look, I get it. I follow all those influencers and gurus on social media, and I fell for this hustle culture mentality myself, right? So you're not alone. And I think every entrepreneur went through this phase as well. And if you're a total beginner in a startup phase and you need to grow your business because you don't see any other option and there is time pushing you, there's a lot of things going on, and sometimes in some cases I get it, sometimes you have to work a little bit harder than if you're in the next stage, meaning 5, 10, even 50k a month and above. Then maybe you need to work a little bit harder, but it still does not mean that you have to sacrifice your health and working like a dog without knowing actually on what to work on and being totally efficient, right? But maybe you're still ignoring your biggest superpower, which is you and your own performance and your ability to perform at the highest level. So if you have the right tools and systems, you can achieve that. But most people don't leverage their superpowers because it's not shiny as you see on this YouTube, waking up at 3 a.m. I work 15 hours a day, fully focused, no distractions. Well, it's very shiny. So when I started my first business, my marketing agency, I was all about the hustle culture mentality. COVID hit and I had this whole time in the world to work on my business night and day, right? And it was cool for a couple of days, maybe weeks, it was working, but I felt like I'm going to win like those winners. I'm going to become this, hard worker, and I'm going to achieve all my success by just working hard and putting in the hours. But right after that, my whole business failed, as well as my health. And I was completely useless. I lost all of my clients, and that made me think whether I have what it takes. And one thing you don't see those social media gurus and influencers talk about is if it's really true. Have you ever stopped and thought, is it really true? Are they really getting productive output out by working so many hours? And recently everyone has been sharing only the highlights of the day's lives and progress they have made, but they rarely share the mistakes, the errors, and the reality of what it takes to grow a business and what it takes to actually work. Because working long hours doesn't mean that you're actually working efficiently towards your business and you're actually moving somewhere. So that's an important thing to remember. And that said, there is a better, more sustainable and consistent and proven way to grow without working like a dog and seeing little to no progress. And in business and in any type of work, really, it doesn't matter how many hours you work. What matters is your output and the quality of it and the speed. So if you don't sleep enough and you're overworked, leaving your brain with no juice, how on earth are you supposed to grow a good business? How on earth are you supposed to put in the work and produce great output that will actually help you get to the next level? Well, it's going to be almost impossible to do that. And there's actually a study from Stanford University showing that output falls sharply after a 50-hour work week and falls off a cliff after 55 hours. So much so that someone who puts in 70 hours produces nothing more with those extra 15 hours. That's insane, right? So not only output is affected, sleeping less than 7 to 8 hours a night, sometimes even 9, depending on who you are and what you need in terms of sleep, it will have a huge negative effect on your performance and overall health. Your productivity, focus, and energy will drop, and you won't be able to do anything. You will be paralyzed, and you won't be able to even think clearly. That's exactly what happened to me, and that's why my whole business fell apart. And it's because I wasn't able to show up like a person that I should have. So yeah, if you want to die early, become super efficient, and become this walking zombie, then feel free to fall and continue in hustle culture mentality, which is sleeping less, working more, and not really taking care of yourself. But if you don't want that, and if you actually want to grow, now if you're still watching, you're about to learn the better way. And that way will set you up for success without working long hours and constantly hustling, right? So I'm going to share with you 3 keys that help me and other clients and will help you to work less and make more money as well as progress. Okay, so key number 1 is to shift your focus. Instead of focusing on how many hours you are putting in, focus on what actually needs to get done. Instead of focusing on all the tasks you want to do, focus on only the tasks that move the needle forward in your business. Instead of focusing only on time management, focus on energy management as well. Focusing on what actually matters and doing what will not only cut your day in half and make you insanely efficient, but also help you progress faster. If you're a type of person who focuses on the main KPIs, works 4 even 6 hours a day efficiently, then you're going to win as a byproduct. Like, it's physically impossible to beat you. Because a person who works 12-hour days, doesn't sleep, doesn't eat right, doesn't train, doesn't care about their bodies and their mind and their hustle, and they do all of these tasks in the world, they will never beat you, right? Because you're insanely efficient with what you do. Okay, so it's that simple. Shift your focus and everything will change. Now, key number 2 is to prioritize yourself. So it's easy to get lost and forget about ourselves when working and growing in a business, and it can seem very unimportant. You know, all of these people say on social media, even people that you know in the groups, saying that if you want to grow your business, focus only on money producing activities. And that is true. Like, of course, you should be working on that if you want to grow your business. But if you don't perform, how are you supposed to take those proven methods and strategies and make them work? Because if you don't work, those strategy won't work. They are not going to implement themselves without your effort, okay? Because you are a direct reflection of your business. You are the captain of a ship, and you are also the center of your business. Even if you have a small team, it's still on you. So if you don't perform at 100%, neither will your team and business. So your poor inputs will result in poor outputs, and you are going to be making very bad decisions that can cause you errors, mistakes, and that will result in slight drop in growth, which can be actually very bad for your business because it can cost you thousands of dollars, if not millions. And if you're like an agency owner or someone who delivers a service for your clients, it can cost your clients a lot of money if you are not as efficient and as optimized as you should be. So before you put work first, optimize yourself so you can work at the highest level possible, and from there your business will grow as a byproduct. So focus on prioritizing your sleep, exercise, eating the right foods, be hydrated, have hormonal balance, and have crystal clear mind. There's so many things that go with it. You can actually find a lot more on my YouTube channel. You can just go through my videos and learn about each of these pillars and more. But first things first, you need to focus on the basics, right? Because without basics, it's like a house of cards. It will all fall apart. Okay, and the last key number 3, is 10xing your efficiency. So you need to be smart around how you work if you want to grow faster. And that means knowing what to outsource, what to automate, and what to eliminate. And you are head of the business, so you should focus on tasks that only you can do and tasks that move the needle forward in your business. The rest you need to get rid of, you need to give it to someone else to do, or you can leverage technology to automate it. Without this, if you don't apply any of these things, then you're going to be working a lot of hours. You won't get anywhere because you simply cannot tackle every single little thing in your business. And if you think you can, then tell me how high quality is the output that you're producing if you're tackling 300 tasks a day. Well, it's going to be very poor, right? And it won't actually get you anywhere. And you will never become a business owner or operator because you'll always be stuck with your work like a glorified freelancer or someone who just created another job for themselves. So something to think about. So you should be focusing on what you do well and what's essential. The rest is given to somebody else who is better at your task even, that can do the task better, faster, more quality, so you can focus on what actually matters. And that's how you truly build a great business and how you achieve the freedom that you want with the business. So that's everything from me for this video. If you liked it, make sure that you hit the thumbs up and subscribe for more videos on how you can optimize your performance and how you can unlock superhuman levels of focus, efficiency, and output that will help you grow your business. And if you'd like to connect with me, you can connect with me on Instagram. The link is in the description. So thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you in the next one.